Greetings everyone. We are going to present our group project. So our program shows some features and functions of a modern smartphone. Our program consists of the following features such as power button, charging battery notification, display the spec of the smartphone, calculator, and lastly, the setting and the showing date.
Greetings everyone. My name is Kenneth M, and my part is I'm going to explain the creation of the object since it was the first important things in our application. So first we have declared some instance variables that we need to input to the our object creation. And we have two different constructor of constructor of our object smartphone. The first one constructor overloading is contains the string brand, string model, and intram and introm. And it has a default battery level 100%. And the next one, object constructor, is the another one is the smartphone that contains the string brand, string model, intram, introm, and int battery level. So this in this part of constructor, the battery level is asked by the user. So it's not default 100%, but it will based on the user input. So let's move on to the main Java. So as you can see on the main Java, we have the case one that will serve the creation of the object. So we have one scanner here that will hold that will hold the choices of the which of constructor that will be used on the program. So we have two different constructor as I said later, as I said later. Then the first one if statement is the constructor one that contains the brand, model, RAM, and ROM only. This one if statement doesn't contains an or doesn't ask the user about the battery level but only the brand and model and RAM and ROM only. And the next one else if statement is the constructor that contains the battery level of the object smartphone. So let's try on creating the object or smartphone object. First is let's try to create an constructor overloading of without an or with the default 100 battery level. So the one. So let's create the one. So let's as you can see the program will ask the brand. So let's input the model and the RAM and the ROM. As you can see, the object smartphone is already created without asking of the battery level because as I stated a while ago, the default level of the battery level on the smart from the creation of the object is 100%. So let's proceed again on creating another object. So the one that we'll use is the creator of an constructor 2. So um, room and battery, and the program will ask the user about the battery level. So and let's see and let's toggle the power on and see the details or the info of the smartphone to see the changes. As you can see, the battery level is 100 and the smartphone object is created based on the user input. And that's all. Thank you.
It's me, Soliano. As the example shows, the current battery is in 1%. Once the program activates the charge battery method, also the program then asks the user until what percent will be charged. After it, the program will now then set the battery factor to the user input.
My name is Hiezel Mae Castillo, and I will discuss the part of the toggle power on, power off. Power button. Once the method is activated, it will see if the boolean power is true or false. If false, the program will print the smartphone powered off. If the statement is true, the program will change the power to false and print smartphone powered off. Else, it will turn it to true and notify the user that the power is turned on. The user cannot access the smartphone unless they toggle the power.
Dangal greetings, my name is Mariel Danica Bingco. If the power status is on, the method will print the value of the brand, model, RAM, ROM, battery percent, and the power status. Else, it will notify the user that the power is currently off.
When the program calls out the calculator menu method, it will ask the user to either perform calculation or go back to the main menu. And if the user chooses the perform calculation, it will call out the method perform calculation. First, it will take the user's input for the first number, for example, 5, and then the operator and the user's second number for calculation. And then after it takes the input, the program will now print out the result or the or the once the program calls out the perform calculation method, it will take the first number, the operator, and the second number, and then calculate and prints out the result. As you can see in the calculator method, after we use the calculator or after the method has been used, the battery level will decrease to 2. So, ayun. The battery level decreased based on what application have been used.
Good day, everyone. I'm Althea F reporting this part. The while true, this line initiates an infinite loop, which means the program will keep running until it encounters a break statement. Then the following line, the next several lines within the loop print the menu options to the console. These options include creating a new smartphone, toggling the power on or off, charging the battery, displaying smartphone details, using a calculator, checking the date, and exiting the program. The last line after the exit is the enter your choice. This line prompts the user to enter their choice by displaying enter your choice. Then, jump tayo sa case 2. This part of the code represents a case statement within a switch block. It is used to handle the user's choice when they select option 2 from the menu, which is yung toggle power on or power off. Then, bago gumana yung case 2, below, you should create the smartphone object kasi hindi gagana yung ibang menu, like lalabas na smartphone not created yet pag hindi ka pa gumawa, pag walang existing na smartphone object. Then, yung if smartphone exclamation point equals null, This if statement checks if a smartphone object has been created. It's necessary because yung toggling power, charging the battery, displaying details using the calculator, and checking the date require an existing smartphone. Yan nga, so hindi siya gagana unless gumawa ka ng smartphone object. Then, smartphone.toggle power. If a smartphone object exists, this line invokes the toggle power method of the smartphone object. This method toggles the power state of the smartphone, presumably yung turning it on or off. Then, yung else part, if a smartphone object does not exist, this else block is executed. Then, ito yung system that output print the smartphone not created yet. In this case, the program informs the user that they need to create a smartphone object first before performing actions on it. Then, the last case, which is yung case 7, this will exit the program when you enter the 7. The program will exit po. Then, yun lang. Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. I am J. Caylas. So I'm going to explain the calendar on our smartphone program. First, we have a date method. In this line, I'm using if file and switch case. Also inside of the date method, it will print three selection. The three selection is a set date, show date, and exit. Let's try. When I choose one, we're going into the method of setting date, also known as a set date. Inside of setting date, I'm using the scanner to print the month, the day, and year. After print the given, I will put the month, day, and year what I want. And the setting date, it will be true. Next one, if I choose 2, we're going also in the method of show date. Show date. Okay. In the show date, as you can see inside the show date, I've been used for loop to show the 2D array calendar. Also, to remark the date what we given. So, yun. And then, kapag hindi ka pa nagbibigay ng month, day, and year, it will print the please set your date first. And after that, if you're done na, we're going to print or select the set 3. And also known as the exit. And that's it. Thank you.